Hello, welcome back to another video. This video was actually supposed to come out earlier this week because I actually recorded it last week during no restrictions, but something was messed up about the recording, so I couldn't use it. So here it is now. Sorry that this took a while for people that actually wanted to see this. And yeah. Anyway, in this video, I'm just gonna expose some things about the ABX force-based typing and how to use it to your advantage, I guess. As you can see, the type affinity is what I'm gonna be basing all of this on today. What this shows, basically, for those of you who don't know, if you're a speed type and you fight against a blast type, doesn't matter if it's in PvP or PvE, you will always have type advantage. Type advantage means, so this is not a speed type. You will always have type advantage against blast types, so you'll do 50% damage increased against blast types if it's a type form, and you'll take less damage than blast types. Now, if you are a blast type and you fight against combat types, you are going to do, let me find the blast type, you're going to do an increased damage of 50%. It's the same aspect ratio, I guess. It's the same percentage across all types except universals, and I'll explain why in a second. And combat types will do more damage against speed types and take less damage from speed types. Now, if you take a speed type and you fight against a combat type, you will do less damage because combat types have type advantage over you and you have type disadvantage. If you play with a combat type against a blast type, same thing, and if you play with a blast type against a speed type, same thing. Now, universals are different. They don't have type disadvantage against anyone, they only have type advantage. Because of that, the percentage isn't the same because that would be too overpowered. It's only 15% instead of 50 for the same level as Quicksilver, which is 50. Now let me show you what the type advantage actually looks like. Now, if I go against a universal boss, and you can see that he's universal at the bottom of the screen, you can see the universal tag next to his name, next to Black Dwarf. It's under the Conquer level. If I'm actually not gonna go to this high of a stage, I don't want to die, just want to showcase something. If you go into Call Obsidian and you use a universal type, use a combat type, and you use a speed type, for example. I'm just using this team to show you what I'm talking about. Now I'm gonna attack with Scarlet Witch. She's a universal type, and I'm gonna attack with Captain America and Deadpool, and their combat and speed. Now the damage numbers should all have the same color because universal types don't have type disadvantage. Like, no one has type disadvantage when they attack universal types. So the damage has to be neutral. So one that attacking Call Obsidian is going to do wide damage numbers because she's universal and he's universal. Now if you go against Quicksilver and you use a speed type, you will also do wide damage numbers because it's no type advantage or disadvantage. Now if I use Captain America and attack, you can see the damage numbers are still wide because universals have type advantage over all types except universal. And same thing goes for Deadpool. If you attack, you see wide damage numbers. Now let me go show you what happens when you play against a speed boss. And as you can see, Quicksilver is speed. So I'm gonna be using a speed type. I'll be using a universal, no, actually a combat type and a blast type. Universals will always have advantage because Quicksilver is a speed type. Now I'm gonna start this and you'll see that X23 is going to do yellow damage numbers, which means she has type advantage. Falcon is going to do white damage numbers because he's speed and Quicksilver is speed, so no type advantage or disadvantage. And Cable is going to do what do you call it? Gray damage numbers, which means he has type disadvantage. Yellow numbers, white numbers, and once I can switch to Cable, actually, you could see, if I could attack, that he's doing gray damage numbers. The yellow numbers were from X23 helping out. Now, uh, now that I basically covered this, you can see that type advantage helps out in PvE content. It helps out in PvP content, but I'm not gonna showcase this because this is not the point of the video. The point of the video is showing that the beast, the Frost Beast, actually has a type, and it's not. Before I looked more into this, I thought the type of the beast depended on the specific day that it was for ABX. So Universal Superhero, I thought it was combat type, for example. This one was blast type. I don't know. It actually doesn't look to be that exactly. So let me just show you something. So I'm going to use the blast type. I'm going to use Cable. I'm going to use Nick Fury, and I'm going to use a combat type Valkyrie. Okay. Now, based on my testing, speed types and combat types always have type advantage against this beast, but it's not supposed to be possible because, as you can see, Nick Fury is doing yellow damage numbers. Yellow damage numbers means that the beast, to Nick Fury, the beast is blast because he's speed. Speed types have type advantage over blast types. Now if I switch to Cable, if the beast is blast, Cable should do white damage numbers, but look at this. He's doing gray damage numbers, which means he has type disadvantage, which means that beast is actually speed. If the beast is speed, Nick Fury should be doing white damage numbers because Nick Fury is also speed type. Now if I use Valkyrie, you can see that she's doing yellow damage numbers, that this beast is speed for her too, but it's actually helping her instead of not helping her in Cable's case, or in any blast type's case. Now you see this and you're like, okay, so it changes type between speed type and blast type. It's never combat because blast types don't have type advantage. So okay, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do it. So what's the deal with the universal types? Universal types obviously have type advantage because the beast is either speed or blast. Well, apparently it's not. If you take a universal character, I'm gonna use one that does physical damage just so you can see that it's not only based on energy attackers. If I can find one that does physical damage. Is it? Yeah, okay. You can see now, you'll see now, that when I attack with each one of them, they're going to do white damage numbers, which means they don't have type advantage because the beast is going to be universal according to the game. As you can see, white damage numbers. I'm gonna switch to Sentry, white damage numbers, and I'm gonna switch to Cosmic Ghost Rider and white damage numbers. Now you might think that for some reason the beast is universal and I didn't bring any other type to show that it changes for that too, so let me just do this now. I'm gonna bring a blast type and a speed type again. That's good enough. And based on what I've been saying so far, Odin should have no type advantage, Professor X should have type disadvantage, and Black Widow should have type advantage. And as you can see, he has no type advantage or disadvantage. I'm gonna switch to Black Widow, she's gonna have type advantage. And I'm gonna switch to Professor X, and he has mixed damage. That was kind of weird. Oh no, that was the mobs around him. Yes, he has type disadvantage. Okay. For a second I thought I had to make this video all over again because elemental damage types were different. They're not. Anyways, so why is this helping us? Basically, it means that for days that you use combat types or speed types, you want to have their type advantage maxed out, because the higher you go with type advantage, the more damage you'll do to this type that is weaker to you. So Valkyrie has type 6, and as you can see, she's doing 60% more damage to speed types. Now if I go to some combat character that doesn't have type 6, you can see that he's doing 40% of instead of 60%. So that's 20% damage that you're missing out because it's not maxed type enhancement. Now obviously you can't get type 6 for every character unless you spend some money, because it takes a lot of luck to actually get type 6. I used the ticket on Valkyrie, I think, so that's why I have it in type 6. I got lucky with a few of these characters. I think I manually got into 5. Yeah, I kept failing with this, so I kind of gave up. It's too expensive. Anyways, so what you want to do, you want to look at the ABX days. If you care enough about ABX, I mean, if you don't care about ABX that much, this video doesn't actually have anything to do for you, I guess. But Universal Week, Universal Day, you don't care about the type enhancement because it doesn't matter how high or low it is, you still do the same damage. This should be the highest that you can go. Blast doesn't matter because you always have type disadvantage, so it's not gonna help you. Universal again, not helping. Speed, you want it to be as high as you can get it to. And combat again, and so on and so forth. Now let me show you now how let me show you that this actually helps, that increasing the type enhancement actually allows you to do more damage. So I'm gonna use a character that doesn't have a damage block because I don't want this to have anything to do. Okay, I need a combat character or a speed character. Okay, no, actually no. I need someone that does a little bit of damage actually. Okay, good enough. So he has type 2. He deals 40% damage increase to combat types, which means he's going to do 40% more damage to the beast compared to type 1. And I don't, okay, type 1 is 35%. I don't think I have anyone at type 0. I do have Shang-Chi and it's 30%. So he's doing 10% more damage than Shang-Chi. Anyways, let me go put him on a team. I'm gonna use his own lead, but whoops. But I'm not gonna use the team up for him, so because I don't want other characters helping him. So let me just do this team. This team shouldn't help him at all. Okay, I'm just gonna play for 20 seconds so you can get a bit of an idea of what his damage should be after 20 seconds. Then I'm gonna go increase his type enhancement and see what his score ends up being. I'm gonna attempt to play the same way for both runs because I don't actually know his rotation, so I'm just gonna let his skills play out. And I'm not gonna cancel any of them, I'm just gonna do 5 to 1. Okay, so after, that's basically 20 seconds. So after 20 seconds, he did 27,000 damage. Now I'm gonna exit this. I'm gonna use the same team, but I'm going to increase his type advantage, type enhancement by, let's see how high I can get it to. So this is, you can see why this thing is an issue. If you can fail type 2 too. Okay, that's so funny. Of course it happens when I'm making the video. Technical difficulties, but no, this is not enough. Look at how much gold this cost me to do. Just to show you that it actually helps in ABX. Okay, please. Oh my god. Okay, let's keep going. Let's waste more gold. Why not? This is already like 2 million gold plus, I guess. Yeah, this should be exactly enough. Oh, what? What? You know what? Fine, it's not meant to be. I'll use someone else. This is going to be a bit easier, actually. I'm gonna use him. They have the same lead, I think. So, I guess it's the same. Where is it? There it is. So this is 45%. Nope. And this is okay. Let's do this again, because I got so unlucky. That's actually stupid. I don't think that ever happened to me. And it's not like type 5 to type 6. It was type 2 to type 3. And it was like what, 5 attempts back to back to back. Anyways, yeah, this dude is doing a lot of damage, as you can tell. He has so many hits. Oh my. I'm not even gonna use his third skill. He might die before I finish 20 seconds. Oh no, he hasn't been skilled. Okay, so that's That's 8,000 damage in 20 seconds. Very bad, obviously, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to show you that if I can hopefully increase this, it's only gonna be 5%, but you should be able to notice it actually. It's gonna cost me so much gold just to make this video. Okay, thank you. So 5%, it should be enough to notice a change in his damage output. Hopefully I won't have to increase it again to actually see anything changes, but in the video that I made last week, I tested it with Domino and she did do more damage. It wasn't a lot more, but she did do more damage, which means that it actually works. But I am not going to use Domino again because the type is already higher. But as you can see, that's 2,000 more damage. It's not much, but for him, for a character that doesn't do a lot of damage anyways, that's a lot of damage. That's a noticeable increase for just 5%. That's basically the entire video, I guess. Just quick summary for those of you who don't want to watch the entire video. I'll just added the beginning a few timestamps. Just a quick summary. Blast types and universal types don't have advantage over the beast no matter when you use them. Blast types actually have disadvantage, but you can't do anything about it. Combat types and speed types always have advantage, so you always want to have their type enhancement as high as you can get into to get more damage. Okay, just making this quick section. I had another 5 to 7 minutes of this video, I think, that I had to cut out at the end because it didn't make a lot of sense, so I'm just not adding it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm sorry this took a long time to make. I'm sorry that it took me a long time to make another video. Yeah, I don't exactly know what I'm going to do for my next video, but I will keep you updated. Just one more thing before I go. I actually made a Discord server for my Twitch and my YouTube stuff, and just for Future Fight or just any other game in general if you want to. If you want to join it, the link will be in the description. Hopefully I'll see you there.